How do you heal a damaged relationship? That's one of the things I run into quite often when I work with couples, and what I wanted to do today was provide a specific missing piece that really prevents a lot of folks from being able to heal and move forward. My name is Dustin York. I am a registered mental health counselor intern in the state of Florida. And while I am a therapist, I am not your therapist. I would encourage you that if you find yourself struggling in any of these areas that are discussed today, to seek the help of a professional, whatever state that you be in. So when a relationship is damaged, whether it be through hurting someone's feelings in some particular way, cheating, maybe something with finances, maybe some kind of struggle or difficulty with how to raise children, and another person feels like they've been hurt, it's hard to find that path forward. And this is something that I help a lot of people with. And so the first two parts of this are very easy, and it's something that everybody knows. Number one, the person is going to have to truly be sorry for what they did. And then they're going to have to take steps to make sure they don't do that thing again. That's going to be number one. But this other item right here that I'm about to talk about is one of the biggest issues that I run into, and it's forgiveness. And the problem is not forgiveness, but it's this idea between decisional forgiveness and emotional forgiveness. And I'll provide a quick example of this for you. Is that you may have somebody apologize and say, you know what, I'm never going to do that again. I'm never going to, look at pornography or cheat on you or anything. And in receiving that notice from the other person, you may be thinking, you know what, I really do want to try to work this out. I want to make a decision to forgive them. But the reality is that even after we make a decision to forgive somebody, there's an emotional side of us that's still going to have feelings that are associated with that breach or with that violation that occurred. And so you may have that decision, I am going to forgive. And then 2-3 weeks later, something comes over you, right? You're smiling, you're having a good time. It could be just about anything. And this wave hits that person that made the decision to forgive, and they go, man, I just can't believe that you did X. And what's unfortunate is this is a moment of weak emotional forgiveness, right? We're all human. We're going to be hurt. Things will come back for us in waves. We can still have that decision that we want to forgive, but the problem is we run into this emotional aspect of us that's going to pop in every now and then. And as we work our way through heartache and heartbreak, we get to a place where we can work through those emotions. Where this derails couples terribly, and really not even couples, but this could even be a parent apologizing to a child for something that maybe they did wrong, or a child apologizing to a parent, is that when we hear the person bring back up the old item, or it's waved in front of their face again, the person on the receiving end of the forgiveness will typically do something like this. Oh, if I'm going to always be accused of being X, I might as well go and do it. And then we run into this situation where the person continues to fulfill that negative behavior. Because, well, you said you decided to forgive me, but you really didn't forgive me. And so that's where I would challenge people. When you're running into a damaged relationship or a broken relationship that just seems to be stuck and can't get out of it, one, I would think about talking to a therapist. Two, take the time to evaluate where you're at in decisional forgiveness versus emotional forgiveness, and work on having a conversation with that other person. So if you enjoyed this video, you can stop right here. If you would like to hear a biblical worldview or a biblical perspective on this topic, that's what I'm going to discuss next. So when we talk about decisional and emotional forgiveness from a biblical standpoint, there's a story that comes to mind for me. I believe it's in Matthew, where Jesus is going up to pray and he knows he's going to be getting crucified. And he asks his disciples, he says, hey guys, can you keep an eye on me? I'm going to be going up there to pray. I just want you guys to keep watch over me. They give him the thumbs up. Sure, boss, we got your back. We'll be here keeping an eye out for you. You go do your prayer. Jesus comes back down. He finds all of those people asleep. And one of the things he says to them, and he doesn't have this serious rebuke or lose it on them because he's frustrated or knows that he's about to be crucified. He just says, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. He continues to go up and pray and come back down, and it happens 3 times in total that he comes back, and these guys go to sleep every time. This is exactly a moment where, from a decisional standpoint, those disciples, they said, yeah, boss, we got your back. Like, our spirit is willing. We've decided we're going to do it. And then that worldly comfort of going to sleep or taking that break, everything else came on them, and they were like, yeah, you know what, we're going to go ahead and take a nap. And I bring this up because this is something that we all struggle with as humans, is this difference between the spirit being willing and the flesh being weak, or making that decision to forgive versus being able to actually conquer the emotions that will allow us to forgive. And I want to specifically talk about these disciples. We're talking about guys that one of them literally walked on water with Jesus. Other ones watched him raise the dead. They watched him perform many miracles. And yet, even as people who are living and walking with Jesus and seeing this stuff happen, found themselves in a state where they were like, spirit is willing. Yeah, we got your back, boss. We're going to keep an eye out for you. But the flesh was weak. And they fell short of that. And the reality is God still showed forgiveness to them, still showed grace to them. In fact, blessed them with the Holy Spirit as they spread his ministry, and is the reason why we still have Christian churches today. So I bring that up because we have no doubts about their salvation. But they were also human, and they struggled with the same exact things that you struggle with. This decision versus emotion, or this spirit willing versus the flesh being weak. And so what I would invite you to do is understand that that is a struggle that we all have, that's been baked into the plan for a long time. And even though those disciples struggled and their spirits were willing and their flesh was weak, that it didn't prevent them from receiving all of the grace and mercy that God had to provide. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much, folks, and have a wonderful day.